So they've spent years trying to find any water or evidence of past water on Mars. And very recently, they finally have. They found streaks on Mars that conclude or at least show evidence for flowing water in Mars past. Now, this is incredible because water is one of the essential ingredients to create life. And therefore, if there's life, there could have been intelligent life, or there just could have been life on another planet, which would have been crazy to think. And that spells other possible implications, like if there's life on other planets, then there's most likely life on other solar systems, which means that there's probably a much higher chance that there's some life on the trillions of star systems out there with housing god knows how many planets. So that's a very interesting thing. Now, with the water on Mars, that also spells a lot of possibilities. Could it have been possible that there was all sorts of life on Mars at a time you know far in the past, and something catastrophic happened, or things eventually just didn't work out, so everything eventually died. It just got too hot, everything shriveled up, and over the course of a very, very long time, everything just deteriorated until there's literally nothing left, not even any sign of life or any type of fossils left, and simply a slight indication that there was flowing water. Now that's a possibility, uh, and you know I'm not a scientist, or I don't have the math or actual logic to prove it or test it or anything, but it's an interesting discussion. Like, is that possible that maybe there was even intelligent life? There was maybe a species like, humans who could talk and construct things. Maybe there was technology on Mars already, and all this stuff was going on, but then something happened, like a post-apocalyptic event where there's a nuclear war or nuclear fallout, and maybe they went to extinction somehow, and everything just literally got destroyed, and then it deteriorated, and nothing was left. I don't think that's possible. I mean, it's possible, but highly unlikely because, I mean, look at how much junk and trash is on our planet from everything that we left behind. Some things that will take tens of thousands of years, if not millions of years, to fully deteriorate and decompose. And so, there would have to have been some, remnants. If it wasn't, technology or metals or imprints or time capsules or trash, at the very least, there should have been fossils or other elements of, past life. Maybe just like bones or, past fossils. Most likely, there wasn't intelligent life. Maybe there was just normal life there, and nothing in terms of the intelligence of humans uh, on Mars. And then perhaps everything just deteriorated over time, which left what Mars is. More than likely, though, and I think people are just getting too overly enthusiastic. More than likely, though, it takes so many different factors to align perfectly for humans to exist, and for life to exist, and for, you know, Earth to exist with all the livelihood and diversity that it does. That's, it's probably not likely that two planets on one solar system will get that. And therefore, Mars may have had water, Mars may have had a lot of elements critical and essential to life, But even then, it wasn't enough to, snowball it into the very first remnants of life, bacteria and so forth, which would have caused natural selection to take place, and them to breed and genetic variation to take place and all that to happen. I don't know. Again, uh, I'm just a guy talking here. There's not much science going on. And I guess the last thing though is it's an interesting discussion really. You know, the Earth is also very interesting because if it was tilted just slightly, 1 degree this way or that way, everything would have been too cold or too hot, and life would not have existed apparently. And I find that very very interesting and awesome. A lot of people use that as to say like, oh, we are so blessed. Um, how could something like that happen by just chance? Uh, you know, and they use it as a reason um, to explain the existence of uh, you know they use it as a religious explanation, and I don't think there's anything right or wrong with that, but it's not a 100% foolproof explanation. Like nothing can be really. Um, and the reason is because like there's trillions of planets out there, billions of galaxies with you know billions of stars in those galaxies housing hundreds of possible planets, and therefore it's kind of like you know there's so many different chances, so we're not that unique. And on top of that, we kind of just literally exist already, so it's kind of like because we are the byproducts of that, obviously we're going to say, oh my goodness, we're so lucky, when in reality, like, because we're the byproducts, we